there. Good morning. Let's go for a walk. See you guys out on the trail. Greetings from Dystopia, episode 178. A foul mood. Yeah, I woke up this morning with not in a good mood at all. So, how do you fix that? Or at least how do I fix it? I get out and go for a hike. Taking a couple more, well, they're well-traveled trails, but shoot you guys around here. So definitely a more well-traveled trail, but it's heavily overgrown. Which is absolutely fine with me. A little more of a challenge, a little bit more to, a little more time to clear my head out, whatever you want to say. Feedback from yesterday's episode, just a couple comments on the black and white video and black and white photos. My daughter liked them. Direct Facebook message later on in the evening. Younger viewer, probably early 20s. I think I'd have to actually look at his profile, but anyways, just asked me if I knew who Ansel Adams was. Duh. Yes, I do. And yes, that was shot using, more or less the zone system, his techniques. Didn't exactly have a great card with me, but I made it work. So yeah, I'm very familiar with his work. I used to shoot a lot of black and white. My favorites are Tri-X and pretty much any of the Ilfords as far as black and white film. So yeah, very familiar with it. Good catch. Obviously somebody's a photography buff. The Lumix that I have is one of the first digitals I've ever owned that is capable of decent and true to action black and white. So it was a pleasant surprise to see that camera actually have that good of a black and white mode. I'm trying to hang on, I gotta pull out my map. Alright, so I was coming from this way. My choices are I can take that trail, which is a single track, or I can go this trail, also a single track but much more traveled. They both end up in the same space within the same place on the same trail within a couple hundred yards of each other. I think I'm gonna go the tougher single track this morning. Get in a little bit more of a workout. I know it's hard to tell the inclines and declines with this camera, but this one is much rougher. A lot more ups and downs. Lots of roots to trip over. Makes this a better trail. All right. Digging this trail this morning. There was one other car in the parking lot. And for what's effectively a 18,000 acre preserve, and there's only one other car, I can deal with that. Hearing tons of squirrels. Blue jays just back there. It smells nice and clean in the woods this morning too. That fresh wood smell. Every now and then I get a question about weight loss. And my daughter promptly reminded me the other day that I missed the 1 year goal, or the 1 year day, which was September 19th. So when I get home today, I'll weigh myself in, and I will put down in the description my weight and my miles and everything since September 19th of 2019. I can tell you the weight loss is probably around 60 total now. I've gone back up a few pounds because I've been a little lazy lately, as far as tracking my diet and getting out and plowing out the miles. I have not done too well. I also missed my goal, which was to do 2,000 miles in that year. That said, I'm at 1,915 miles, something like that, so I should be able to finish it out before the end of the month. And I'll still consider that a goal. And I'll still consider that when making my goal. My weight, my goal was 215 when I started losing the weight, and I got down to 189. Right now I'm at about 206, 205. So, yeah, I met my goal, weight-wise. But I found there's a notable difference between being under 200 and over 200 in the way I feel. And for the better at under 200 pounds. So I'm going to start working on getting back down below that mark and just kind of keep it there. Work on keeping it at or just under 200 pounds. Well, clearly I'm not out here alone anymore. I just heard brakes squeaking on mountain bikes behind me, but I'm about 3/8 of a mile from where this trail meets the road, the old road. I'm not sure if they're coming this way or not. So right along, back through this point, right back in here, you can kind of see back up the trail. So I'm hoping not to see any colored helmets moving. On another one of the uphill sections, this is another long, steep, well, yeah, not super steep, but it's a long grind getting up to the top. So now I'm coming up to one of the plateaus. It's going to make another couple little turns and then it starts uphill again. I don't know if you can pick it out or not on this view, but I'm coming into that pine stand that I like so much. Just a little ways here. It's not a big stand of pines at all, but the sound completely changes when you get in here. Even the sound of the wind through the treetops completely changes. I love the sound of these too. The high pitch resonation in them. Well, I just stopped to water up and I thought, maybe I'll make a cup of coffee and walk with my coffee again. I forgot to put more coffee in the snack pack. Although I do have a tea, I could have a chai, but I don't have any sweetener, sugar in there either, so somebody remind me when I get back to the van to put sugar and coffee in my snack pack. Can you do that for me? Unfortunate side effect of the time we live in. Alright, so I thought about it at a trail junction back there and decided I'm going to go back to the old bridge where I had lunch on Saturday. And that'll be my lunch spot today. And then I'll head back up one of the more central trails and head back out so I can be out of here by 1. It's just now 10:40, so I got plenty of time. Got out here a little early this morning, but early. Again, if you don't know who Shug is, look up Shug Emery, S-H-U-G Emery, E-M-E-R-Y, on YouTube. He's a hiking fanatic, and you can't help but love the guy. Anyway, so yeah, that change in the route put me closer to the highway. As you can hear, it's only about 150 feet down the hill. 150? Yeah, 200 feet, but close enough. I don't know where those mountain bikers went. They never came back up behind me. So that's fine with me. Just means I still got the trail to myself. Or at least this trail. Well, I stopped longer than I wanted to for lunch. I just got there and kind of zoned out and was enjoying the peace and quiet. Before I knew it, I had been there half an hour. So I'm walking and eating the rest of my lunch here. That was kind of a good thing, though, just to sit there and completely veg out in the peace and quiet. Listen to the woodpeckers and the chickadees and a bunch of other little birds that I have no idea what they are. There's one that goes beep beep, and then there's one that goes chick chick. I was laughing at all the different sounds that they make. Each one has their own different call, and yet they're all these little, like chickadee size and smaller birds. Tons of them. I mean, I heard at least 5, maybe 6 different small birds while I was sitting there, and it was just kind of cool to get lost in that and think about, well, what's that one? What's that one? What's that called? So I guess I'll have to pull out the bird app later on, see what's going on. All right, let me put the camera down, finish my walking lunch, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so I've talked about my pack before and changes I would make to the next one. The next one is going to have 2 outer mesh pockets, a tall deep one, which this one has, and then a half height deep one on the outside of that, because I can't reach the top going around this way to put my water bottle back in, which means I have to stop, take off my pack to put in a water bottle. So there's a mod for the next version. No, Vicky, you can't have my Cliff Bar. It's in my belly. This is the way I walk on this type of trail. I stay on the edges, and if the grass or whatever gets too close to the single track, I step across to the other side, like this, because I do not want to be part of the problem that causes the erosion on the trails. Here's another one of the little sloughs in here. Hopefully you can see all of the hyacinths out there. And there's a ton of egrets. I can see 6, 7 from here. One being most prominent. Hopefully I can catch him on camera. Alright, so I'm almost out of here. I got about half a mile till I'm back to the parking lot. Past the guy, it was just kind of funny. He's going down the trail on his mountain bike, and he's carrying a shovel. I was like, "You burying bodies out here?" And he's like, no. But it was a crazy laugh. Alright guys, we finish up this last half mile, then I'll see you back in the car. What are you doing? He's spying on me again? Oh yeah, thanks. Not you. You back there. Thanks for reminding me about the coffee and the sugar. I got back here and I thought about it maybe a quarter mile ago. And I'm sure if I would have passed somebody on the trail in that last little bit, they would have thought I was nuts. Because I was walking along just chanting coffee, sugar, sugar. There's my lunch. There's my snack pack. It's getting kind of full. what I do is if I pack something for a lunch and I don't end up eating it, so like the tuna is shelf stable, so if I bring a tuna and don't eat it, it gets put into my snack pack. I think I have 4 tunas in there, or 5 tunas. Alright. Hike's done. Shoot, I meant to. Let me pull back in here for a minute. I downloaded my watch and I meant to look how far I walked, and I forgot. Today's walk, 7.03 miles. I can live with that. Like I was saying earlier, though, let's see where that puts me for the yearly total. 1912.8. So, can I do 88 miles in the next 10 days? Probably. I guess I should do it. At least then I've made one. Well, I made my weight goal. So yeah, I think which is more important, the weight goal or the mile goal? They're both pretty important to me. I mean, obviously it wasn't an unrealistic goal to say that I'm going to do 2,000 miles in a year, because I'm at 1912 right now. So clearly, that's an obtainable goal. So I'll stick with it. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for putting up with me. I'm in a better mood now than I was this morning. So, yeah. That's it. Be good. Be well. Wear a mask if you have to. Stay smart. Be strong. Stay mighty. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a good one.